BBC called it a high-stakes meeting between the leaders of two superpowers. The New York Times said the Iran war looms over the summit. The Guardian wrote that Trump was trying to mend power and prestige weakened by that war. PBS NewsHour said the two countries were trying to repair damage from tariff war that sent trade into a freefall. Same plane, same handshake. Four different verbs, four different stories. This is AI Command App Media Lens. Here is what happened. On Wednesday, President Donald Trump arrived in Beijing for a state visit with Chinese President Xi Jinping. It is the first state visit by a U.S. president to China since Trump's own trip in 2017. Air Force One touched down Wednesday evening local time. Trump traveled with a delegation that included Elon Musk, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, Tim Cook, and several members of his family. The two leaders are expected to discuss the war in Iran, tariffs, AI, and Taiwan. 5 outlets, 5 different paragraph 1 choices. Let me walk you through them. BBC World News led with the most neutral language in the entire brief. Their headline, Trump arrives in China for high-stakes meeting with Xi Jinping. Their first sentence calls the two leaders the leaders of the global superpowers. That is pure wire service framing. 2 equals, 2 superpowers. No verdict on who is winning anything. The Hill chose a completely different angle. Their lead did not focus on the diplomacy at all. It focused on the plane. The Hill wrote that Trump was seen exiting Air Force One, followed by his son Eric Trump, daughter-in-law Lara Trump, Tesla CEO Elon Musk, and NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang. That is a process and access story. Who is in the room? Who is in the plane? Who has the president's ear? The New York Times chose a verb that did all the work. For Trump, the Iran war looms over China summit. That word looms frames Trump as the smaller figure under a larger shadow. The Times went further in their second paragraph, declaring that the balance of power between the United States and China had shifted in Beijing's favor even before the war in Iran began in February. That is not a fact. That is an argument, a defensible argument, but still an argument. The Guardian US doubled down on that direction. Their First Thing newsletter described Trump as traveling to Beijing as he seeks to mend power and prestige weakened by the Iran war. The word mend presupposes damage. The word weaken presupposes a baseline that fell. The reader is told what to think about Trump's position before they read what Trump actually did. PBS NewsHour used the same direction with different language. Their headline, U.S. and China seek to repair damage from tariff war that sent trade into a freefall. Repair, damage, freefall. 3 words doing the same work as looms and mend, telling the reader that this trip is reactive, not assertive. 5 outlets, 5 verbs. High stakes, looms, mend, repair, Air Force One. So what does this mean for you? It does not mean any of these outlets are lying. Every single one of them described real facts. Trump did land. The Iran war is ongoing. The tariff war did happen. Musk and Huang were on the plane. But every editorial choice, what verb to pick, what to put in paragraph 1, which detail to lead with, adds up to a different story. A reader who only checks BBC walks away thinking 2 equal superpowers are holding talks. A reader who only checks the Times walks away thinking Trump is on his back foot. A reader who only checks the Hill might not learn anything about geopolitics at all, just who got the seat. None of those readers are wrong. All of those readers are incomplete. That's today's Media Lens. We do this every single day. Same stories, different lenses. Subscribe and hit the bell. See you tomorrow.